Hi, caregivers. My name is Sarah. I'm a mom of an elementary school age child and also a staff developer at the Teachers College Reading and Writing Project. I just wanted to spend a few minutes with you today to help you tackle this question that lots of caregivers ask me. How do I help my second grader when they say, "How do you spell?" and then they ask for a word? You think to yourself, should I stop folding the laundry? Should I put my own work aside? What would be best in this moment when they're asking for my help? So I'm here to give you a few options. So option number one is you can encourage your child to be independent, an independent problem solver. And you can say a little procedure, a few little steps that go like this. Say to your second grader, say the word, clap the syllables, write each syllable. Make sure there's a vowel in each syllable. And then if you feel like it doesn't look right, just circle it and we'll come back to it when you're all done making your writing. So this is an important thing to try because it will encourage your child to be independent. Once we start telling them how to spell a word, then they'll be asking us often and they won't give it a go on their own. It's also important to have a little mantra like this and ask them to try it with independence because their approximation, their misspelling will give you a window into the phonics work that they need to know. So if you're homeschooling your child, take note of their mistakes because this will tell you the discrete phonic principles that you'll want to teach. Like, for example, if your second grader is writing the word running and they spell it Runing, then you'll know that you'll need to spend some time teaching them about doubling that last consonant when they're writing a single syllable word that ends with the pattern of a vowel and a consonant. This is exactly the kind of thing that classroom teachers are watching for when they watch children write, either in person or in remote instruction. And now you could be watching for something similar yourself if you're taking on that responsibility of homeschooling. The second option when your child asks you how to spell a word is to encourage them to use a resource like a spelling dictionary. Some teachers provide students with these quick word books or little mini dictionaries. The important thing to teach your child with this is that after they find the word, not to just copy it. Yes, they'll copy it so they have the accurate spelling, but to spend some time studying the word. Run your finger underneath it. Say it out loud. This same advice of studying the word applies if you do decide to go with option number three, telling your child how to spell the word. We're all busy, and sometimes it's just faster to shout out the spelling of a word from the dishwasher. Running, that's running, right? You might be helping to care for another member of your household, and it's just faster to do that. And just be sure not to spell every word for kids, only occasionally. So if you do go with option number three and tell them how to spell the word, at least ask them to pause and stop and run their finger underneath the word, checking the parts. I'll show you what I mean. So they could run their finger underneath this word, running. And they could study the parts. They could notice that it starts with a consonant and then it has a short vowel, right? And then it has that ing at the end that they probably know that part. And then ask them to notice, look at this. The N is doubled. And then you might write two more words for them that follow that same pattern, like I wrote clapping and jogging, and ask them to run their finger underneath those words and notice it too. You could do the same thing with a word like light and get them to notice, like light, that word has three sounds, but lots of extra letters in the middle. And you know what? There's other words that follow that pattern too. Night and sight also follow that pattern. This is important because your child will now remember how to spell the word that they asked for, running, but they'll also learn a vital phonics principle. You'll do some teaching, right? And now they'll be able to spell other words with that similar feature. Caregivers, I hope this was helpful for you and the child you love. Be well. Thanks for another day.